What if I told you? Scientists may have discovered a way to reverse aging, not slow it down, but actually turn back your biological clock by up to 75%? Sounds impossible, right? But recent breakthroughs suggest aging might not be permanent. We tend to think of aging in terms of what we see on the surface: the first grey hair, the fine lines that appear around our eyes, or a feeling of being slightly less energetic than the year before. These are the familiar markers of time passing, a process we've always accepted as a fundamental, unchangeable part of life. But what if this common understanding is incomplete? What if these external signs are merely the final symptoms of a much deeper process? The real story of aging doesn't begin in the mirror. It happens deep inside your cells, on a microscopic scale, silently and relentlessly, trillions of times over. This is where the biological clock truly ticks. Every single day, your body is under assault from both internal and external stressors. Over time, your DNA, the very blueprint for your existence, gets damaged by these forces, accumulating tiny errors. The powerhouses of your cells, the mitochondria, become less efficient, producing less energy. As a result, your cells lose function, struggling to repair tissues and communicate effectively. This gradual accumulation of damage is what we perceive as aging, as your body slowly begins to decline. For all of human history, this process has been considered an absolute, a one-way street. But here's the shocking truth that is beginning to emerge from the world's most advanced laboratories. Some scientists now believe aging is not inevitable. They propose that it isn't a fixed law of biology, but rather a flexible, malleable system. They see it less like a clock winding down, and more like a software program that has accumulated bugs and errors over time. And if that's true, if aging is a program, then it's programmable. The quest to halt, and even reverse, the aging process has long been the stuff of science fiction. But within the hallowed halls of the world's most prestigious research institutions, fiction is rapidly becoming fact. At places like Harvard Medical School, a paradigm-shifting breakthrough is unfolding, challenging everything we thought we knew about the limits of life. Here, researchers led by the renowned geneticist David Sinclair have been pursuing a revolutionary idea, one born from his information theory of aging. The theory suggests that aging isn't just wear and tear, it's a loss of crucial epigenetic information, the instructions that tell our cells how to function. This led them to ask a profound question. What if we could find the backup copy of that youthful information? What if we could reset the age of our cells, wiping the slate clean? The key to this cellular time machine was discovered by Nobel laureate Shinya Yamanaka. He identified a specific cocktail of 4 proteins, now famously known as Yamanaka factors. These factors act like a master command, capable of reprogramming a mature, specialized cell, like a skin cell, all the way back to its embryonic state, a pluripotent stem cell, which can then become any cell in the body. Sinclair's team wondered, could a gentler, partial reset using these factors make an old cell young again without erasing its identity? The answer was a resounding yes. Using this method, scientists have successfully and safely reversed aging in animal cells. Old cells didn't just look younger, their epigenetic patterns were restored, and they began to function with the vigor of their youth. The most stunning proof of concept came from a landmark experiment. Researchers took old mice whose optic nerves were damaged, causing vision loss similar to glaucoma in humans. By activating the Yamanaka factors in their retinal cells, they achieved the impossible. The old mice regained youthful vision. Yes, their damaged, aged eyes became young again. It was the first time lost function due to aging was restored in a complex tissue. This wasn't just a repair, it was a true reversal of the biological clock. To understand how this revolutionary science works, think of your body like a high-performance computer. When it's new, it runs perfectly. The hardware, your DNA, is pristine. The software, the instructions telling your genes what to do, is flawlessly installed. But over time, with every file opened, every program run, and every bit of data processed, the software gets corrupted. This is the aging process. Your cells accumulate errors, not in the DNA itself, but in the instructions that read it. This is the epigenome, a layer of chemical tags and proteins that sits on top of your DNA, telling your genes whether to switch on or off. As we age, these epigenetic markers get jumbled. But what if you could press reset? What if you could wipe the slate clean and restore the system to its original factory settings? That's exactly what this technology does. It introduces a set of proteins, often called Yamanaka factors, which act like a master software update for your cells. Crucially, it doesn't replace your DNA. Your fundamental genetic hardware remains untouched. Instead, it restores its original instructions, clearing away the epigenetic noise and confusion that has built up over a lifetime. Scientists call this epigenetic reprogramming. It's like finding the original blueprint for your body and telling your cells to follow it once again, reminding them how to be young and functional. The implications are staggering. By resetting the software of our cells, we might not just halt aging, but actively reverse it. And it could change everything we know about life, health, and what it means to grow old. In lab studies, damaged tissues healed faster. Old cells behaved like young ones. Age-related diseases were reversed in animals. Some results suggest up to 75% biological age reversal in certain cells. But before you get too excited, this is still in early stages. Reversing aging is powerful, but also dangerous. If done incorrectly, cells can grow uncontrollably, leading to cancer. That's why scientists are moving carefully. Human trials are still limited, and widespread treatment could take years. Imagine a world where aging slows down dramatically. People live healthier for longer. Diseases like Alzheimer's disappear. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's becoming science fact. Companies and labs around the world are racing to unlock the secret of youth. So, will humans really become 75% younger? We're not there yet. But for the first time in history, we might be closer than ever. The question is no longer, is it possible, but how soon?